Northbridge Academy didn't feel like a school. It felt like a world already complete without me.
Everyone moved in rhythm, friends laughing, groups forming, secrets whispered like currencies. I walked through it all like I was invisible glass. My first day wasn't terrifying. It was quieter than that. A heavy stillness that sat inside my chest.
I remember the weight of my backpack, the echo of my footsteps, the way my palms felt damp against the straps. Then I saw her.
In the center of the courtyard, sunlight touching her hair like it already belonged to her. Aria Blake.
Captain of the football team, the girl everyone admired without question. She stood relaxed, one foot resting on a football, posture calm, eyes scanning the field like she owned it. For the first time that day, I stopped walking. Our eyes met, only for a second, but it felt longer. Not dramatic, just unforgettable.
Every hallway looked the same, every door felt familiar.
Lost? Her voice arrived gently, like a hand reaching through fog. I turned, and there she was. Closer, realer. Main office, I whispered. She studied me, not judging, just noticing. Come on, she said. We walked together in silence that somehow wasn't awkward.
I'm Aria. Lila. She glanced at me once more. You look like you'd rather be anywhere else. I almost smiled.
That night, lying in bed, I replayed her voice again and again. I didn't know it yet, but this was the moment my life began to change. School became less lonely. Not because I suddenly had friends, but because Aria kept finding me. In English class, she sat beside me like it was obvious. Our shoulders brushed, my water spilled. My heart forgot how to beat normally. She handed me a napkin. No big deal, but to me it was everything. After practice one evening, she pulled me onto the football field. Just try, she said, placing the ball in my hands. Her hands guided my arms from behind. Her breath touched my ear. Relax. I threw, badly, but she laughed like I had done something heroic. And in that laughter, I realized something terrifying. I wasn't just admiring her anymore. I was falling. Then came the whispers. Why is Aria always with her? She's nothing special. Aria probably just feels sorry for her.
The words didn't scream. They pressed down slowly, crushing my chest. So I stepped back.
I avoided her in hallways, sat alone at lunch, pretended I was fine, but every night I replayed her smile in my head. The sky broke open that evening. I hid beneath the bleachers, trying to disappear again, then footsteps approached. Aria, for once, she didn't look untouchable. Her shoulders drooped slightly, her expression softened.
I hate being perfect, she admitted. Her voice cracked just enough for me to notice. Everyone sees a captain, a star, a leader. No one sees how lonely that is. She turned toward me. But with you, I don't have to pretend. My breath shook. She stepped closer, close enough that rain felt irrelevant. I like you, Leela. Tears fell before I could stop them. I like you too. Her hand found mine, steady, warm, real. Under that storm, two girls stopped pretending and chose each other. The next day felt different. People stared. Whispers grew louder. But Aria walked beside me anyway. No hesitation, no shame.
In the library that evening, we sat hidden between tall shelves. Her head rested on my shoulder. I read softly while rain tapped the windows. Love wasn't fireworks. It was quiet breathing, shared silence, safe closeness. That night, I realized something beautiful. Arya hadn't saved me. She had simply shown me I was worth staying for. And I had shown her that she didn't have to be perfect to be loved. Game day arrived. Crowds roared, banners waved, lights blazed. Before the match, Arya found me in the stands and smiled at me, not the crowd. They won, and when the final whistle blew, she ran straight to me first, not her teammates. Arms around my waist, laughter in my ear. Unapologetic, unhidden, unafraid. We sat on the bleachers after everything settled. The sky melted into pink, orange, and gold. Arya leaned her head on my shoulder, my fingers laced with hers. I thought about the girl I was on day one, silent, invisible, afraid. And the girl I was now, seen, chosen, and loved. Arya didn't make my world perfect. She made it real. She looked at me and whispered, "I'm glad I met you." I squeezed her hand. So am I. And in that simple truth, our story felt complete, not because it ended, but because it began anew.
The cheers were gone. The lights were off. The field was quiet, but my heart was still racing. Winning should have felt like the happiest moment of our lives, yet something heavy lingered between us.
Arya stood beside me, still glowing from victory, still adored by everyone, and I wondered, quietly, if loving her meant always standing in someone else's shadow. That night, we walked home together. Her hand in mine felt warm, but distant. She was already thinking about scouts, scholarships, her future beyond Northbridge, a future that suddenly didn't feel certain about including me. She stopped under a street lamp and said softly, "I might leave next year." My breath froze. For the first time, love didn't feel safe. It felt fragile. Days passed, but something had shifted. Arya was still kind, still loving, still present, but her mind was always elsewhere. Extra practices, meetings with coaches, college calls. Meanwhile, I buried myself deeper into books, poetry, and late-night writing, trying to understand what I felt. In the cafeteria one afternoon, I overheard girls whisper, "Do you really think Arya will stay with Leela once she gets a scholarship?" The words sliced through me quietly. That evening, I didn't wait for Arya after practice. She found me later in the library, eyes searching. "Why didn't you come?" she asked gently. I couldn't answer, because the truth was too painful. I was scared of loving someone who might leave. It finally happened. Not with shouting, not with anger, with exhaustion. We sat on the empty bleachers at sunset. Arya spoke first. "Do you still want me, Leela?"
The question broke something inside me. "Do you still want me?" I whispered back. Silence stretched between us like a broken bridge. Then tears fell from both of us. Arya admitted her fear. "I don't want to lose you, but I don't know how to keep both my dreams and us." And in that moment, I realized something powerful. Love wasn't about holding tightly. It was about trusting bravely. I took her hand. "We don't have to have everything figured out today." She leaned into me, trembling. For the first time, we weren't perfect. We were real. Something changed after that night. Arya didn't stop dreaming, but she started sharing her dreams with me instead of hiding them. I didn't pull away. I stepped closer. We created small rituals, late-night study dates, sunset talks on the roof, sharing headphones while walking home, writing letters to each other even when we were together. Then came the scholarship interview day. Before she left, Arya held my face gently. Whatever happens, I want you. Not as an obligation, not as a promise to stay, but as a choice. I watched her walk away, not afraid this time, but hopeful. And when she returned that evening, she found me first. Her smile said everything. We sat together on the same bleachers where everything began. Arya rested her head on my shoulder. I might leave Northbridge, she said softly, but I'm not leaving you. My heart finally felt steady because love had grown beyond school, beyond distance, beyond fear. She pulled out a small folded note and handed it to me. Inside, she had written, "Wherever I go, I carry you with me." I smiled through tears. We didn't promise forever. We chose right now, and right now was enough. The day Ariel left, the sky was too blue. It felt wrong, like the world didn't understand that my heart was breaking quietly. We stood on the platform, suitcases between us, laughter around us that wasn't ours. Arya hugs me longer than she needed to. "I'll call you every night," she promised. I nodded, pretending that promise was enough. The train doors closed. Her face faded behind glass, and suddenly, Northbridge felt emptier than ever. College without her was silent. My room was too big. The nights were too long. Her voice lived only inside my phone now. Love hadn't disappeared. It had simply moved far away. At first, we talked every day. Late calls, soft laughter. "I miss you," whispered like a prayer. But time is cruel. Arya got busy. Practices, teammates, parties, new friends. I got quieter, buried in writing, poetry, and loneliness. Some nights she fell asleep before calling. Some nights I stared at my phone until dawn. Then came the photo. Her smiling too closely with another girl at a college party. Not cheating, not betrayal, just enough to make my chest ache. When we finally spoke, our voices trembled. "Do you trust me?" Arya asked. I wanted to say yes immediately, but the words stuck in my throat. Silence hurt more than any argument. We argued for the first time. Not loudly, painfully. "You're changing," I said. "So are you," she replied. Tears fell through the phone. "I feel like I'm loving a ghost," I whispered. Arya went quiet, and that silence scared me more than anger ever could. Finally, she said, "I don't want to lose you, but I don't know how to hold you from this far." For a moment, it felt like we were slipping apart. Two girls who once held hands under rain, now struggling across miles. That night, we hung up without saying, "I love you," and the absence of those words felt like a wound. Weeks passed. We didn't break up, but we didn't cling either. I focused on myself for the first time. Writing, friendships, confidence, growth. Arya did the same. Training harder, opening up, learning to be vulnerable. Then one evening, she called. Not rushed, not tired, just present. We didn't fight. We didn't beg. We talked honestly about fear, about jealousy, about how love had changed us. "I don't need you to stay the same," she said softly. "I just need you to stay with me." And in that moment, something shifted. Distance didn't shrink, but our hearts grew steadier. I waited on the platform again, but this time with calm in my chest. The train arrived, and there she was, Arya. Not perfect, not untouchable, just my girl. We didn't run dramatically. We walked toward each other slowly, like people who had survived something together. Her arms wrapped around me, solid, real, warm. "I'm sorry for the nights I didn't call," she whispered. "And I'm sorry for the times I doubted us," I replied. We sat side by side, hands intertwined, watching the sun dip below the city. Love wasn't easy anymore, but it was deeper, stronger, chosen, not desperate. Arya squeezed my hand and said quietly, "Wherever life takes us, I want to walk it with you." I smiled through tears, because for the first time, I knew. Distance hadn't broken us. It had taught us how to truly love.